Hi everyone, my name is Taylor Vaccaro and today I'm going to be speaking about the game of lacrosse and how it's played. Lacrosse has been around since the Native Americans have walked the earth, and it's been a really long time that it's progressed and it's grown, and even though it's bigger in the north, it has grown in the south, and it's kind of all over the United States now. Have you ever heard of the game lacrosse?
Yes.
Yep.
I hold myself credible for knowing the game of lacrosse because I've played for 15 years. And I've also coached it and refereed it. So I know all aspects of the game, and I think I know it firsthand well enough to explain it to you guys. Starting off, I want to let you guys know that I'm going to be explaining the rules, the different aspects of it, and how it's basically played so that you guys can leave this with a little bit more knowledge of the game of lacrosse. Going off of this, my first topic is the different equipment that you use. So first of all, these are my actual equipment, like pieces. So this is a lacrosse stick, and it basically consists of a shaft and a head, and this is how you cradle the ball and catch the ball and throw the ball. So this is the main part of the game and how the ball is moved up and down the field. These are a pair of goggles that support your eyes, and that's the only kind of protection we have on our face besides a mouth guard. So these are your two senses of protection that you have, and everyone wears them. Regardless, the only thing that's different is a goalie wears shin guards, a chest protector, knee pads sometimes, gloves, and a helmet. So that's the only thing that's different than a field player. The different positions that there are throughout lacrosse are kind of based on the aspects of the game. So there's attackers who mainly they play offense, and they want to score goals, and their goal is to pass around the ball and score more goals than the other team. There's also midfielders that play offense and defense, and they set up in the center of the field, which I'll explain when I go over field regulations. There are defenders who try to protect their goalie and their cage from the other team scoring on them. So you want to play man defense, which means you want to put your forearms on them to keep them from getting into your 8-meter, which I'll also explain later. The goalie is an obvious one. It's the same as a goalie in every sport. You want to protect your goal, and you don't want to let a ball get past you into the goal. Once you know all the different positions, you can move into the different aspects of the game about passing, catching, shooting, and also scooping. So passing and catching is done by everyone. You want to be able to pass and catch the ball so you don't have to run the full length of the field. Catching is a basic concept. If you can't catch the ball's going to end up on the ground, and then you have to scoop it. Scooping is basically you scoop the ball up with your pocket and your lacrosse head, which in some cases it's kind of like field hockey, which most people have seen. When you're shooting, you want to literally take the ball from your stick and you want to get it in the back of the net. And a lacrosse net is a lot smaller than a soccer goal, and it's also not as big as a field goal. It's a smaller target, but you want to get it past the goalie. Same concept as every other sport. Scooping I already had talked about, but you basically just want to scoop the ball so that the other team can't get it from you. When you're learning to play lacrosse, there's different ages and different levels. So there's youth and middle school, and there's also high school, and then you progress to college, and then further than that, you go to the U.S. national team, and you keep going higher than that. I've played all those levels, so I know that there are different rules throughout youth. There's different rules through middle school and also high school and college. They all trickle down and progress lower, so they start higher, and then they get to the lower levels, so it is learned easier. At the youth level, there's no checking allowed. So checking is when you have the ball and someone comes from behind you or in front of you, and they can use their stick to hit yours and knock the ball out of it to get the ball back. That's not allowed in youth, but that's allowed in high school and collegiate levels. There's a lot of basic rules that kind of teach you how they change through the different levels, but it's basically the same. The majority of it is checking and the amount of players on the field. It remains constant, and there's always 12, including 1 goalie, 4 attackers, 4 defenders, and 3 midfielders. This is a picture of the field, which is probably not able to be seen on that, but it's 100 yards long, like a football field, and there are 2 8-meters and 2 12-meters, and there's also a draw circle in the center. There's 3 midfielders allowed in between these 2 restraining lines from the start of the whistle. That's where the play starts every time. The 8-meter, the goalie stays in this crease, and there's an 8-meter and a 12-meter, and all foul shots will be taken on an 8-meter, and when you're outside of a 12, it's not considered major, like direct major play. So going off of that, there's the 3 different positions and the goalie that take up this field, and that's basically how lacrosse is run. I hope that you guys have been able to understand what I'm saying and kind of understand the very basic rules of lacrosse, and that you can take this away with you and have some knowledge. Thank you guys. Do you have any questions?
It's a very fast sport to get the ball down there.
No, it's very good.
Yeah. Cool. Up and moving. Thank you.
Thank you.